Being from Toronto, I was lucky enough to actually see a screening of the movie a couple of days ago with some of the Toronto Blue Jays. And I thought, to me, that's a litmus test. You know, what do the baseball players think of it? They loved it, 2 thumbs up, very realistic. So I got to ask you, Chris, how important was it to be playing a ball player and make it realistic? I mean, how much baseball did you have in your background?
I had certainly had the least amount of baseball experience of all the guys who played baseball players in the movie. So, and they were really authentic to the sport with this movie. I mean, they're making it it's very much grounded in reality, and they're trying to recreate what this was really like. And so, I think it was important for me to try to at least be a puzzle piece that fits enough to where I could be believable as a baseball player. So there was a lot of training involved and a lot of running around and taking ground balls, and I had to learn how to hit. I'm a righty. When I played, I was a right-handed hitter. So Scott hits left-handed, and so I had to learn how to. I was taking a lot of batting practice left-handed. It was really fun, but it was a lot of hard work too.
And how important, was it for you to sort of see him play? That's got to be kind of weird to see yourself in a movie.
Oh my God.
Really bizarre.
Really bizarre. But and I had spoke with Chris before, so we came on the set, and like you were talking about, nothing worse from a baseball player to look at a bunch of guys trying to be baseball players and looking fakey, but they did it so perfect. I was very impressed by that part. Being a baseball player, I'd be picky about that.
And what was it like for you, really, to see that team that you were such an important part of celebrated in a movie? I mean, did it bring back a lot of memories for you?
Yeah, it did. I mean, the camaraderie that goes along with a team, especially that's doing so well, there's a chemistry there that it's hard to describe, and you don't get anywhere else. And I miss to this day. And we were on such a winning streak, and I don't know. It was just one of those things you couldn't wait to get back to the locker room, and it's hard to say that after 162 games. You're really ready to get out of the locker room, but that was a real tight-knit group and great memories.
Brandon Morrow, who is a pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, he was saying he grew up in the Bay Area. He remembers being in high school and watching you guys and you in that game hitting that home run to get the 20th consecutive win. What does it mean to have those memories coming back? Certainly for a kid like him who's now in the major leagues, but I'm sure for baseball fans all over the place.
Well, especially for a kid that was probably here, I mean, I remember, Oakland, we don't have a huge fan base, but we got a really solid, fan base. But for those games, it exponentially got more and more. And by that 20th game, which was going to set the record, the place was packed. I mean, every single seat was taken, and it was shaken, and it was a cool feeling.
Chris, what's it like to be in a movie like this? Yes, it's about baseball, but it really is, it's sort of a metaphor for life and sort of being that underdog and that island of misfit toys that they talked about. As an actor, what does that mean to you?
Oh, from a point of view of an actor, and this was a really juicy movie, man. I wanted this movie so bad. When I first read the screenplay, I kind of cry a lot, Scott. I'm kind of a baby. I was moved to tears during parts of it, and I just remember thinking, like, I'm gonna get this part. I got to do everything I can to get this part, and it was a fight. It took me about 4 months to land the role, and it was great. I mean, it's been so great. To play, to be in a position, at least the way that it was represented in the screenplay, and I think it's based pretty closely on Scott's life. Like to be somebody who's sort of like in a point in their life where there's desperation there. That's really as an actor, that's what you look for. You look for real human stories, and you want to be able to mine for real emotions. You know what I mean? And this is, like you said, this isn't necessarily a baseball movie. I mean, it's set in the world of baseball, but it's very realistic, and it's more about just the human stories and the heart and the desperation and the victory and the redemption, all of the things that live in that world. But it's really about the people more than the sport itself.
Well, Scott, Chris, thank you
Very
so
good.
much for your time.
All right,
nice
great
to
to meet
meet
you.
you both.
Nice to meet you.